These 14-year-old twins have both been living with Diamond-Blackfan anemia since they were 3 months old.
It's a bone marrow failure, so their body does not produce red blood cells, which puts them in a chronic state of anemia, which is why we require blood transfusions every 2 to 3 weeks for survival.
Olivia and Sophia Dikeman do take medicine, but it's extremely hard on their bodies. They've developed kidney injuries and other side effects.
Like if I'm really low, I'll get headaches, but like if I'm like not that low, I won't get headaches. Like when it goes down to like 8, 7, I get really bad headaches.
And so they're talking about their hemoglobin. If their hemoglobin counts get anywhere lower than 9 is when they start becoming symptomatic. Normal hemoglobin for people would be anywhere between 11 and 13. So they usually get transfused around 9.
What does a typical day look like for the two of you?
So go to school, come home, either get ready for softball or just, go outside, play with my brother and sister. And then if we have like a softball game, we'll go home and then get our uniform and then go to our game.
What does one have to do every single day when they're diagnosed with it?
So right now the girls are dependent on receiving blood transfusions every 2.5 weeks. So without a transplant, complications from this disease could certainly lead to very serious health problems in their future.
Wow. So like what?
I mean, it could result into cancer or even further complications. Again, having to get blood transfusions every 2.5 weeks, that's 21 times a year that they're sitting relying on others to donate. And a bone marrow transplant is a way in which this could cure them.
That is where Be the Match steps in. The nonprofit has about 10 million donors in the U.S. and about 40 million worldwide. Sophia and Olivia hope they'll be able to find a bone marrow donor through the group.
How likely is it that the girls can find their match?
Now, with our registry, a matched available donor depends on the patient's ethnic background. If you are white Caucasian, we can find a matched donor 79% of the time. But that goes down significantly depending on your background. So at the furthest, if you're African Black American, it's only 29% of the time.
And there's another wrinkle.
So what makes it difficult is they both need a match. And although a donor could donate to both of the girls, they would have to wait a year in between donations. So the parents would be in a very challenging spot to determine which of the girls would go first.
I don't know if I could pick one. I know I couldn't pick one. And they're pretty adamant about wanting to do this together their entire lives. They've done life together. They've been through illness together. They go through transfusions together. They're their individual selves, but they also come as a unit. And they want to do this together. They want to be able to recover together and experience this next phase of life.
Olivia and Sophia, how does it feel knowing that you have each other to lean on during this process?
Good, because I have someone around me at all times. Yeah.
Be the Match also covers costs for potential donors, covering medical fees, travel costs, and a companion's travel cost. That would mean traveling to their mom's home city of Philly, which the sisters have definite opinions about. And even though they're from Maryland, it's mom's fault they're Philly fans. Just ask Olivia and Sophia about their favorite players, see what happens.
Who's your favorite Phillies player?
Bryce Harper, or Reese Hopkins, and Joel Embiid for 76ers.
The twins decided to share their story specifically to help others.
You can have someone else's life.
Right, because we're looking for someone to save your lives, but in the process, we're saving so many other people's lives potentially.
Olivia and Sophia want to grow up to be ER nurses just like their mom.
It seems like kind of fun meeting new people and like helping them out if they're not well. And I've just grown up to knowing that they're like nurses help me. So like I want to do that too.
The twins hopeful their match will soon find them.
We try to look at the positive outcomes and knowing that we will get there when God's ready, but we have to do our part and keep looking and hope and pray for the best. They're really good girls. I'm really fortunate to have such great children. So I just want them to live a life like any other child deserves.
If you're interested in helping out, go to bethematch.org. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Stephanie Officer.